For over 30 years, I've created artwork in journals. As the year 2025 comes to a close, I'd like to share with you my artwork from the past year in the journals that I've been using. Hope you enjoy. 2025 started in the middle of a journal for me. This was a journal that I got from Iona Handcrafted Books, and I'd like to go to the page that I started there on. So it started in January of 2025. It started with a dream, and this was a dream that I had of I was drawing, and as I was drawing, these organic spirals and shapes were coming out of the pen, and the pen was vibrating, and it had this dream. This was sort of how I visualized that dream. I wrote about it, and then I did this drawing of what I imagined it was be. That sort of inspired me to do this little drawing or painting here. And I'll sort of take you through the journal. Got some new paints from some metallic paints from Cotman Watercolors. Went to a conference in Seattle. Brought my paintings along with me there. Fairfax No Kings. July 4th in Sonoma. Went into Paso Robles. Went to the Wayne Thiebaud exhibit at the Legion of Honor in San Francisco. Really fascinating. Got little pieces of of the paintings that he did there. Went to Sausalito, did some paintings there, and drawings. And then this was in Mill Valley at the depot, using the technique that I've been working on, where I paste a piece of craft paper down, and then do both a sketch and a watercolor in there. Then I picked up a watercolor book from Top Drawer. I did a little demo for them about a year ago in one of their stores in San Francisco, and they gave me a little journal to work with. So started off with trying out the paints that I had. They gave me some paints to play around with, some Japanese watercolors, so I tried some of those out, along with some other pens that I had, some Neocolors I had. This was a painting I tried out when I was trying out this watercolor book. I tried it from a photograph that I had taken. Do a lot of swatching of my pens and my paints. This was also from Mill Valley. I've joined a little urban sketching group down in that area. A couple of abstract and fun colors with the paint set from Top Drawer. Then I started doing a series of paintings and drawings of the town where I live, the storefronts. This is the Potting Shed, a store in Fairfax. And then I tried out this. This is from a photograph. Some lobsters. Again, swatching and then trying to be a little more wet on wet work. Really having fun with the sky here, seeing how the water sort of flows. Love the effect that it had in that sky. Then trying some abstract stuff. Playing with color. Now I'm going to share with you the series that I did of Fairfax Facades. This is also from a photograph in Granada. It's beautiful. In Fairfax. Also, the old bridge in Fairfax at White's Hill. This is in Point Reyes Station. Fairfax again. Went to a little auto show in Mill Valley. I did this a little upside down. This is the coffee roastery in Fairfax. Another one at Point Reyes Station. Roastery in Naves in Fairfax. Another sketch from the auto show. Lola's in Fairfax. Revolution 9 and 11 Real Estate. in the alley in the Fairfax Sugar Shack over here. I took all of these images and I put them together on a single poster that I then sold reproductions of and showed it off at the Fairfax Art Walk. What's wonderful when you do this is the people that you meet. I met so many of my neighbors, people I live in, the people who worked in these businesses, people who live in my town. I've been living there for almost more than 20 years now. So it was really a fun way to meet people and connect with people who are who I live nearby. Then sometimes I'll do some swatching and some just doodling sometimes. And then I tried wanted to do another. I was trying with this paper. This was from this photograph. I'll try to reproduce that with the paint set that Top Drawer gave me to do a demo with. It's a little more abstract. This is with a graphite watercolor, Japanese watercolor set from Top Drawer. It's really kind of cool color set. I took this on the trip that I'll show you in a moment to Italy and Spain. Little gourd. New restaurant that opened up near where I live called Public House. This is also from a photograph from Granada. Sometimes I like to do a little collage. Also, this is from Still Life with my fun little dual media technique, craft paper, watercolor. This is up in Petaluma. Another sketch in Fairfax. This is another drawing with a couple of color inks that I got from at Public House in Marin in Fairfax. And then I went on the trip to Spain and Italy. So, booked opened up. I started off this one with swatching out the colors that I wanted to take with me on the trip to Rome, Puglia, and Madrid. This was a final sketch that I did at Fairfax Ranch. A little watercolor I did during a concert. And then wanted to start off the trip from Rome, Puglia, and Madrid that we did in October and November. Started off with showing you my art supplies that all fit along with my easel in this little backpack and my tripod. And these are all the art supplies that I took with me. Did a little Turkish map fold to show you, to open that up in there. And then the places that we went mapped out. This was a map that my parents had collected 60 years ago, and had kept in the trunk, and I put part of it into my journal and mapped out the journey that we took through Italy. This was in Rome, and then this one. This is the Pantheon, and I painted this when I was 19 years old and an architecture student. I painted this when I was on my honeymoon. And I was 27 years old. I painted this when I was with my boys and my wife about 10, 12 years ago. I painted this this past year. So 4 times from this exact same location. That was really neat. I love this one the most. Also more in Rome, Trajan's Column. Then went to Bari. You can see these paints. These are from Top Drawer, the graphite Japanese Tambe watercolor set. They're really interesting, deep colors. Again, these are with this graphite Gansai paint set. Did some drawings with ink. This was our got to pick which fish we wanted for dinner one night. And then do some watercolors. So these are fun. You can see the reflection in some of these watercolors that have this mica. I get these watercolors from Case for Making in San Francisco, and they have this iridescence to them you can add. So a really fun effect that you can have. And then this, sometimes I'll get a little coffee in me and I'll do a painting with just dots, or a drawing with just dots, maybe add some color. Sometimes I'll do some collage, or just add color in a single spot. This was in Matera. And as I was doing this painting, a man came up to me and spoke Italian, didn't speak a bit of English, and he said I was painting his house, and his house was this one. His was Francesco. And he brought his friends over, and his friends told him I was painting his house, and it was really neat to meet the people around and use this as a way to meet people and meet and appreciate a place. Matera was an amazing city too, a town. Also images from Matera as well. Then we went to Ostuni. This was a view from right by where we were staying in Ostuni. Here's another one of those, the technique that I've been working on, where you pasted this piece of craft paper down and then did a drawing on this side and the painting on this side. Finding the shapes. This is like the stonework that you'd see on the ground. Just wanted to paint that. Then I went to Puglia al Mare. This was crostini from our lunch. Painted lunch. And then painted this scene. I found that I put some washi tape, and I pasted the washi tape on before I drew it, and then I took it up, and it really has a really beautiful edge effect on this, so I did that a couple times. This sketch from Ostuni again. Then went to Barabello. Had these amazing little iconic Trulli houses. To Martina Franca. Again to Ostuni. We use Ostuni as sort of a home base for a lot of day trips. Puglia al Mare again. And an ink drawing. I brought some inks with me of Ostuni. And one last one of Puglia al Mare. We then went to Lecce, which has this beautiful, in the middle of the town, a beautiful Roman amphitheater. And these are all images from Lecce. This is one of our favorite towns. Lecce has this amazing Baroque architecture, and you really have to figure out how to simplify, because it can get very complex. And I did a little pop-up here, so you can see I brought some little watercolor paper with me so that I could do a watercolor, cut it out, put an archway so I can, it goes all the way through. This is sort of represented the stonework. I had some washi tape, and I wanted to represent this in a fun way. This is where we stayed, called Palazzo Lecce. And you can paste in maps if you want to get out of the page. Then we went to Madrid. Pasted in the programs from the Prado. Went to the Reina Sofia Museum, where they have three of my favorites, Picasso, Miro, and Dali, and saw their works. This was a piece of Guernica that I did this little drawing painting while standing in front of Guernica. This isn't the whole of it, this is a small slice of Guernica. That was really neat. That's where you can find, at the Reina Sofia, that's where you can find the Guernica and others. Then, in Madrid, this was really fun, standing in the middle of this very busy plaza with my easel and doing this watercolor. It turned out great. This is Plaza de Colón in Madrid. Sometimes just a single color is just perfect. These were done from photographs because there was this in the Royal Palace in Madrid. You can see this crown, the Stradivarius. There's too much of a crowd to really do a painting right in front of them, so I did those from a photograph. Then the Almudena Cathedral. Did this while standing in front of it. And the final one is the symbol of Madrid from the 13th century, the Orso y Madrona, which is the bear eating the strawberries. And that was the final drawing of the trip. Then I got a couple more paints from Case for Making, got a couple of inks from Birmingham Pen Company to add to my palette. And then this was from a photograph of these birds every day. When I'm walking my dog, I see these birds assembled on these wires right by my house. They always come back to the same place, so I photographed them one day and just wanted to catch them. And then I went to start a new job outside of Philadelphia. Went to the Barnes Foundation to see the Rousseau exhibit, and which is amazing. And I did this painting, the drawing painting of the museum of the Barnes Foundation. And then I pasted in these pastes. I did a little bit of watercolor wash here. I pasted this in. This is now ready for my next adventure. I hope you've enjoyed these watercolors and drawings and sketches and collage. I hope this inspires you to pick up a journal, to pick up a pen, a paintbrush, a pencil, and start chronicling your journey. Hope to see you on the road. Thank you.